Hey everybody, welcome to Point Fighter Live. Actually, Sport Karate Live. I'm Point Fighter Live. I'm Alex Reyes. I'm here with Isabella Caracta. We're gonna have a great show. I hope everybody's doing great out there. And how you doing? Everything good?
Everything's great. Yeah, it's beautiful outside. But everything's good up here in New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey. Hey, um, just as everybody, thank you for everybody for joining us. Let us know where you're watching from. If you have any comments, go ahead and comment below. And we're gonna have a good show today. We got Catherine Tien coming on later on in a few minutes, and she won the American Virtual Tournament. She's on Team Macho. I can't wait to bring her on. She's it's going to be a great interview. So make sure you guys stick around for the show. Now, hey, New York, you're close to New York, but I saw yesterday, coronavirus, of course, update here, Sport Karate. You guys had no deaths in New York yesterday, right? So New York is like it was like kind of like the epicenter at one time, and then now Florida is where I am in Miami. Actually, it's crazy, and then it went to like now you guys are doing way better. So how do you feel about that now up there?
Yeah, no, it's definitely encouraging to see, um, you know, the restrictions and the shutdowns to finally, come to a positive ending. So hopefully the other states will sort of get it under control, especially Florida and Miami. But
Yeah,
we still wear masks everywhere we go. So just for to protect ourselves and to protect others.
yeah. Here in like Florida, what I think, I'm not speaking for all Floridians. This is my opinion. You know, I just think that I think a lot of the cases are going up. But like the death rate is kind of low, so that's making people just like not. I guess maybe they have less fear in it. That's what I'm thinking. Why the cases are going so much right high, and then but the problem is the beds, they're running out of beds. So it's
Right.
like, and then if they run out of beds, there's going to be more deaths. There's going to be less ways to treat it. So it is scary right now down here in Miami. But yeah, like you said, everybody just has to, wear a mask, protect yourself. That's it. And like, don't be reckless. That's what it comes down to. Um, you know, but yeah, back to sport karate. I hope everybody's out there staying safe and, praise to everybody out there and just continue to keep going. Not just health wise, financially. I hope everybody's getting financially stable again, and we're just getting the country running back together, and then sport karate back together as well, right? So like this past weekend, I was in in person tournament, in Orlando, and I just want to talk a little bit about that. We're gonna have the post show on Thursday, but it was the first in-person tournament. But I really like the way they handled it. They had four separate ballrooms, and then only 10 competitors could compete at one time. And then the spectators, they were all spread out 6 feet apart. They could only be under 50. They were under the CDC guideline now in Florida on under 50, and then everybody was spread out in their seats as spectators. Competitors, they wore the mask except when they did their performance with for forms. And while they're fighting, they had the mask on. I mean, everybody looked like they were happy, and maybe this could be the blueprint for the future. As far as like safety is concerned, it is smaller. The events are smaller like this, but at least it's something positive. What do you think about all that?
I personally don't think that I'm going to compete in any tournaments until school starts, just because I don't
Yeah,
want to risk getting sick. And there's a lot unknown about what happens if,
yeah,
yes, if you don't die, what are the long-term effects of coronavirus? We still don't know yet. Um,
yeah.
so I'm
That's
just
true.
really going to play it safe and continue to train by myself. I have a mat right in my garage, so staying active, but also staying
That's
safe.
true. No, and you got also a cool thing about USA Sport Karate. They got virtual and in person now, so you have choices. There's depending on your opinion, everybody has a different opinion. They respect everybody, so that's why they're doing both. Their next one is August 1st. Now this weekend there is a tournament coming up, and actually, it's a student. It's Catherine, the guest we have on today, is a student of Christine Bannon Rodriguez and Don Rodriguez. It's gonna be the Ocean State National Virtual Championships this weekend. I think you got to submit your videos soon too. You have to submit your videos by like Thursday, I believe, or maybe sooner. I don't know. Make sure if you're competing in that, you know, you get registered and submit your form. But that's pretty cool. The virtual events, and you know, it would be great to talk to Catherine about it because she won the Amerikick tournament, and that's gonna be pretty cool to talk to her about that. This weekend, we also have a few other events. Let me see if I can get to it here. Oh yeah, Saturday night fights. You know, Florida. It's funny, the in-person tournaments in Florida, and that's when all the craziness is happening now. But you know, they are going to be doing it within the CDC guidelines, and there's some set fights. And you know, Murphy Gonzalez this weekend. It's going to be streamed on Point Fighter Live. If you guys want to watch it, it's going to be a good show. You know, so that's pretty much it. Let's see what some of the people are saying. Let's see. Oh yeah, look, Christine Bannon. She said yes, by Thursday night you gotta submit your form. Oh, and we also have, you know, the Pan Americans. We decided to go virtual as well. You know, so that's gonna be August 21st and 22nd. You know, but you know, it is known as a fighters tournament, and we got. I'm talking to a few sponsors to see if we can get something happening for like a pro fighting tournament where, you know, this is the idea where we're going to have like 8 fighters come in to one place. We have a testing facility, kind of like the UFC Island that they just did this weekend. You know, They get tested, the results in 30 minutes. They got to stay in their hotel, and then they do like an 8-man tournament, you know, in one.
Oh, that would be really cool.
It'll be cool. Yeah, we could do
like a night show or something, like a virtual.
Yeah, like a night show. Yeah, like a virtual night show, just to get the fighting going on, pick it up again, you know. But it's gonna take time, and you know, of course, fighters got to agree and all that. But it's in the idea has been born, and I know some other people are doing some things like that too for the fighters. So that's pretty cool, you know. That's very cool. Now let's stop. You know, let's bring on Catherine. Let's not have her wait too long. And we're going to bring her on right now.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome. Welcome to Point Fighter Live. Hey, so you both have something in common. You're both in the universities, right? Catherine, you go to Harvard, and Isabella, you go to Duke, right? Is it Duke?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. And you guys are going, I know that Isabella's going back, right, to school now in August. You're going to continue. And Catherine, you're continuing the online. How's that been for you, Catherine, with the, you know, the online university? Like, it's pretty different, right? Because, you know, Harvard's a big school, and it's not easy, right? So did they have online before all this happened or no?
No, actually. Well, technically not exactly for undergrads, but they did have like an online portion of like the extension school, but never for us. So it's really new to experience.
Yeah, and you're staying there, so you could continue with everything that you're doing right now, pretty much, right? Just except for more study, right? And Isabella, you're going back now. How far? I know you're in New Jersey. Where exactly is Duke? I should know this, you know.
It's in North Carolina, so yeah, like about 8 to 10 hours drive. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you're going back to pretty much the life that you had back then, right? So other than the social distancing, right? The classes are going to be probably smaller and all that, you know, more. It's getting back to normal little by little, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but that's great. You guys are awesome. You know, women in sport karate, you're active. And you're going to universities, nothing's stopping you from training and competing. Sometimes you see people, they're like, oh, I'm going to go to, they're juniors. They go, I'm going to college, university. That's it, sport karate. But it could be done. Mm-hmm. You guys are proof of that, you know? So that's great. I want to, you know, women have more obstacles, of course, in the sport and everything. So, you know, I just got to give you guys props for what you guys are doing. Good job. So, yeah, let's get to the questions. Now, sure. Isabella, you know Catherine, you've been seeing her for, you know, for a long time, right? You've been competing with her or against her, so go ahead.
So I actually competed with Catherine in ATA. So I was just going to ask you, Catherine, what drew you to start competing on the NASKA circuit from ATA?
I guess like at that point, I think I shifted around 2012. And at that point, it was more just trying to explore what else is out there. Since at that point, I've been competing in ATA for 5 years. I just wanted to like expand. Yeah. And I think we both kind of like started moving out of ATA around the same time too. So it was nice to have friends and everything too.
Exactly. It was like a very smooth transition. I think we both stopped in 2012 and then made the jump to NASCA.
Yeah, and mine was kind of like a overlap for like 4 years about. We're like just kind of like staying in both and also like exploring what else is there.
Mm.
That's pretty cool. So the motivation behind it was just to get more competition, right? You guys were on top of your game in the ATA, right? You guys were the top competitors in that, but it's pretty big, right? ATA is they're competitors in the tournaments are I've heard are huge too. Like you could compare like some of them, like the biggest ones to like a U.S. Open, right? Is our numbers really that big?
I think like their annual world competition is like the biggest competition, and it's a huge competition, bringing around a lot of people around the world just in one area. So it's amazing to see every year these talented people from all over the world, some of whom you've never seen before, kind of come and watch their routines, watch them fight, and be really inspired by them.
So if you are so the only way to compete in ATA tournaments is to be part of the ATA, right? Like an independent person can't come in and compete, right? That's how it works.
Right. I think that's what also drew me to NASCA in a way as well, just because it is an open circuit and you have more diversity in what you're seeing.
Yeah. It will be cool for them to open something up, like an open division for all styles, right? That'll be kind of cool to do that because they're organized and they're very big and they do everything very professional. It's kind of like a close circuit, like you know with a style. You know, ATA is its actual style, but that's cool. Now you're on Team Macho. Right? And, you know, Christine is your coach. Like, how did that come about? How long have you been on that team for now?
I've been on Team Macho for more than 5 years. I think I joined at the beginning of 2015. And then for that, I think Coach Chris was thinking of this new idea of a team and asked, I think, me and also Riker Weaver if we'd be interested in joining. And we thought it was a great idea and jumped on board.
That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, like Weaver's a great competitor as well.
Definitely.
That's awesome. So go ahead, Isabella.
Yeah, so one of the things that you're known for on NASCA is one chuck, one sword. And I was wondering, could you tell our viewers what sort of inspired that idea? What was it like training with, two different weapons? Did you jump into it? How did that work?
Yeah, I think at that point when I started, I've been training in nunchucks for probably like 5 years and sword for 2. And at that point, I was really inspired by actually Shihan Chris's wushu routine of using a broadsword and a whip chain. And kind of, at the time I didn't know how to do that. I thought I could kind of adapt it in a way. And so that at first kind of was just a small idea between my mom and I, and eventually kind of became this actual routine. And then eventually bring it to Coach Chris and be like, hey, this is an idea. It was just for fun. What do you think? And it eventually evolved into this.
Yes, definitely.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool. Hey, yeah, the only person I think I've seen do 2 weapons like that, and one is Rashad, right? I think Rashad uses like one weapon, one hand, and the commas in the other. Are there any others that do that? Any other competitors that do that now?
I'm trying to think. Besides like the wushu combination, no one comes to mind yet, but definitely Rashad's routine is amazing. I really love it. It's really
so when you first busted out with that, like what were the reaction of like, let's say judges? Do you get some judges that are like, oh, what is this? Or what's the reaction? Or oh, cool,
I think definitely a mix. Like when you bring I feel like karate is a sport really rooted in tradition, and when you bring something that's very out of the ordinary, I think you'll have a lot of mixed reactions. A lot of people were very, I guess, shocked at the combination. Other people were just very happy to see something fresh. And so I think it was using that time to kind of prove that this is like a legitimate kind of routine or combination.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's pretty cool. We got to get some video footage of that stuff on the page for sure. That's really cool. Go ahead, Isabella.
So you're a senior. You're a senior, right? Is that correct?
Rising junior.
Okay. So you're kind of thinking about post-grad plans. How does karate fit into post-graduation for you?
Yeah. So I guess when it comes to post-grad, my main track right now is pre-med track. So as in going to med school afterwards, and currently studying for the MCAT and all of that fun stuff. Yes.
Yeah. Got it.
And so where karate kind of comes in is like really realizing where my main focus is and what I'm really passionate about. So I think a lot of that stems with kind of finding which area in medicine you want to concentrate in. So I think for me at first, thinking about going into like sports medicine and then being really inspired by like the sports medics on like the side of competitions and how they're so quick to respond and so helpful. And eventually shifting that to like thinking about like children and how like karate is something that really empowers children as well.
Interesting.
Oh, that's great. No, that's good. That's awesome. Hey, so Amerikick, you won the overall, right? You won the overall in Amerikick for the weapons.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, and we got the power ring that's coming out to you as well.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to have it for you before the show, but we do give out a power ring. You're one of the winners for that. Now, how do you like the whole? How many virtual tournaments have you competed since this whole thing started? Was this your first one?
Amerikick was the first one, and the Ocean State Grand Nationals, which I'm really excited to be there.
Hey, so what do you feel is like the biggest? Is there a big difference competing? What are the biggest? Of course, there's a difference, but what are the biggest differences? Pros, cons, maybe of competing in person and virtual.
Yeah, I think one pro is definitely that there's less barriers in the way. I know a lot of people like sometimes aren't able to go to these live competitions, either when it comes to travel or finances. So I think like having these barriers kind of removed really allows everyone to compete in a way. Yeah. I think one con though is I really miss seeing all my friends, other competitors. I think like just the community of NASCA and just sport karate in general is so positive, and just like missing everyone's support. Yeah, and support.
Yeah. That's true. Usually when you guys compete, you're like, your friends are like, oh yeah, good job. You cheer each other on, especially forms. You do a cool trick or whatever, and you're like, woo,
yeah,
go, and then, but that's like, now it's like you're competing and boom, you're like, you're home, right? Your school, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Now, Isabella, some of the questions that some people may ask, like, let's say some people that haven't done a virtual tournament and that I've asked, they're like, oh, maybe prize money, right? Or they just don't want to do it. What are some of the things that would get someone that hasn't done a virtual tournament, you guys think, to do it? You know what I mean? Like, Isabella, I don't know if you've competed in a virtual, but
no, I haven't. So I haven't competed. I've judged the sport martial arts ones. What I think is cool that Amerikick, Ocean State, and I believe now Pan Ams are doing is they're sort of making it into a circuit, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
With ratings, which sort of provides that incentive and inherent like competition and foresight to look forward, which is really what we as martial artists feed into. So I like what Amerikick, Ocean State, and Pan Ams are starting with this virtual. And prize money, of course, is a monetary incentive that people can't look at.
Yeah, exactly. I know that, I'm talking to my dad about that because I've been asking questions about, this is a new thing, it's like, but right now, like you said, points, that's true. A NASCA virtual champion, that's a good incentive, and then, of course, maybe some prize money or something, gift cards, some kind of awards. Like we've been giving out the power rings, but maybe some more awards, So I think it's all getting figured out. But how do you guys both think about this? All right, I was talking to someone about this earlier. Imagine, how would you feel about, like, let's say for forms, of course, so you can't fight somebody virtually, unless you have imagine the virtual
VR.
VR, yeah.
It's funny, during the quarantine, I had cabin fever and I was like doing all these things and I was like, oh, let me get the virtual thing and make a point fighting game out of it. We could do tournaments and I was like talking to a developer about it and everything. It's a good idea, right? But okay, back to it, to my question. Let's say you have virtual and in-person boom together where they do the shuffle and let's say the in-person goes and then two in-person goes and then the referees go look at a TV monitor there and they're like, they see the virtual competitors go and they all, it's kind of like mixed into one. How do you feel about that? Or the virtual winner versus the in-person winner, they go for like a kind of like a extra grand or extra title there. What do you think about combining it?
Go ahead, Catherine.
That's definitely a creative idea. And I think the idea of having like the live winner and like the virtual winner kind of do something together to see like for grands is actually a great idea. I know, I know like out of this, a lot of creative, I guess, ideas will come out and I'm really excited to see them, especially for Pan Ams too.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be great. It's crazy. This is like the future right here. Like, you know, the future, like I remember my friend from 20 years ago, he said, imagine, because my dad's a big Kempo guy, he has schools all over the world. He goes, imagine if your father was like, they had a big TV or like a hologram and like he's teaching a class to like everybody around the world in one thing. And I was like, wow, that'd be cool. And it kind of just happened, you know, right now. That's basically, and with tournaments and with instruction. So that's pretty cool. Hey, now for both of you guys, do you guys teach like, have you guys been teaching like private classes and stuff? Well, you know, I know Isabella, you did the live workouts with us, and you have like the highest all combined together. You have like 250,000 views, I think, on Point Fighter Live. You know, with the live workouts and. But have you guys done anything like that, like personal, private classes and stuff?
I haven't been quite teaching at the dojo, but I'm actually also like the choreographer at Harvard. So Harvard's clubs, like martial arts.
Happened.
I think that he's frozen.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh. Did I freeze too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I can hear Catherine.
Yeah. Everybody's back now or no? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm making the new studio in my house and it's just like, I just do everything together today. So it's like, I think that that's some technical issues. Like I want it to look more clear, but I'm excited about it. But go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. We're back.
No, you're fine. It must be a lot of work these days too, to like have to like set up a whole new dojo and also handle like COVID stuff at the same time.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, it is. But yeah, what were we talking about?
Oh yeah, I was talking about how I'm also the choreographer for the Harvard martial arts club. Yeah, and so doing a lot of online teaching via that. It's mostly just kind of making choreos to like the like top 20 songs on the radio. So like that kind of motivates people to like know something, like know choreo to their favorite songs, and just teaching that to a class.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. That's great. No, yeah, that's awesome. So, Catherine, you're competing this weekend in Ocean State.
Yes.
And, you know, it was, you know, Amerikick was pretty good, right? How'd you enjoy that? Was the competition pretty good?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. A lot of the competitors that competed with me, we've competed before live, and it was just a really happy thing to see them like continue this virtually as well.
That's awesome. That's good. That's good. Hey, so you got points. You're a grand champion. You're in the lead right now as far as the points go, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel really honored too, especially since Amerikick is kind of the first NASCA virtual event. Yeah. And so really, really excited about like how the rest of the year goes too.
Are there seeds for this tour now?
The virtual tour?
Yeah.
I'm not sure actually.
Good question there. But it's going to be a great tournament this weekend for sure. Make sure you guys turn in by Thursday your videos. You can still register, I believe. Isabella, you got any more questions for Catherine?
I guess my last question really is, what advice do you have? We have so much youth in the sport. what is your advice in excelling in both martial arts and academics? What do you say to the youth coming up?
Yeah, I definitely think it's not an easy balance to strike, but I definitely think it's doable. And it's really a thing of time management, of like blocking out time to do one or the other and really not procrastinating on your plans.
Yeah.
Great. Great advice.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, you guys are both awesome, and like you're great role models, both of you guys. Going to school, and then you're top athletes as well. Oh, and Isabella, we gotta bring up we were talking about it earlier before we went on. You're on TV as well, right? So
yes,
that's pretty cool. Tell us more about it, and it's gonna re-air again.
It is going to re-air. It's on El Rey Network, and so if anyone's familiar with Danny Trejo, he's from Desperado and Spy Kids, and so it's called Man at Arms, Art of War, and so they craft ancient weapons, and they bring martial artists like me on, and we test them to see the efficacy, and I got to smash a skull on TV, and it airs on El Rey Network, so you guys can tune in, and I'll put in the comments when it's re-airing.
Yeah, for sure. I want to see it. I saw the little highlight of it, and you're like, ah! And then everybody's faces are like, whoa!
It's very dramatic. So that's
it's super cool. That's super cool. Are you looking to do anything like that again? Like more stuff like that?
Definitely. It was such a fun opportunity getting to go to LA, and just seeing the final product and seeing martial arts highlighted in that way. I would definitely want to do it again.
That's super cool that they use somebody in sport karate like that. How did you get picked for that? Is it something you auditioned for, or
my athlete page on Facebook. One of the producers reached out to me and said, "Hey, you look like you conduct yourself well on social media. I've seen your YouTube videos. Are you interested in this?"
You know what? That's something that sport karate, we got to do it. Everybody should have their Instagram page. They should have their page. You guys are athletes. Every athlete has their fan page. I think that the sport needs more of that. And also our fans, us, we need to support each other more. Whenever I post a video for boxing, kickboxing, MMA, it has so many comments, shares. Sometimes in sport karate, I post some things, and even our people, we're watching it. The views are there, but you don't see comments. You're not seeing the sharing. I would like to challenge everybody out there in the sport karate community. I'm actually going to do this where you can win something. Share something of sport karate or bring up a topic that's not about yourself as well. Share something about your team, and let's get the sport out there. Imagine if everybody did that in one day, the sport will blow up, and that's how people get noticed for TV, sponsors. It's just got to get out there. Social media is very powerful, and it's all on us to get the sport to the next level. Thanks to everybody for joining us tonight. Isabella, Catherine, thank you. This was a great show.
Thank
Isabella,
you.
awesome having you co-host again.
Yes.
Catherine, maybe you could come on and maybe do one of our live workouts. It'll be cool to see, maybe with a sword, a basic sword training or something.
Yeah.
Just to show people basic sword movements, and then if they want to keep learning, they can maybe contact you or somebody. That'll be great. But yeah, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Yes, and make sure you guys, good luck to everybody competing this weekend. And, we're going to interview a winner as well from that. Okay? Take care, guys. Power.
Power.